it's Vickie Howell here to show you how to knit the net stitch, which is a great option for summer projects like tops and lightweight scarves and market bags like the one that is featured in the July Yarn subscription pack. All right, so this particular pattern, and I've written it out at vickiehowell.com, and you can find that link in my profile if you would like to practice along, is worked in 4 rows or rounds. So I'm going to get started with the first round or row. So we're going to start with a yarn over, knit 2 together. Now, what does that mean when you start at the beginning of a row? All you have to do is place your yarn in front and then knit the next 2 stitches together as you normally would. And that yarn in front right there created your first yarn over. What you also did is both increased and decreased without changing the number of stitches. And this is your repeat all the way across the row. So yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together. And you continue doing this all the way across, or as the pattern calls for, until you get to the end. And then the next row I'm not actually going to show you because it's just a plain row. You are going to, if you're working flat, purl back. If you're working in the round, you would knit back. Essentially, you don't want a bump there that you would get, a purl bump. All right, so from there, you've worked all the way to the end. You'd flip your piece, and like I said, you'd purl back. But I just wanted you to see that you can already see those little eyelets. And guess what? You're lace knitting. Woo! All right, so this piece has already been worked back with the purl. And that's when you can really see the whole piece, or excuse me, yeah, with the purl. That's when you can really see the whole piece opening up. Can you believe, like, already a ½ inch or so of work is done and you've only worked a couple of rows, notwithstanding the couple of border rows that I had done before that just in garter stitch. All right, so this particular pattern you may notice, so often net mesh and lace stitches they present at an angle, but this one has a little bit more of a linear fashion. And why that is because instead of working the last row that I just showed you again and again, which you absolutely could do, it would just create more of an on the bias look. I wanted this to, as I said, have a more linear look, so I'm going to alternate. So this was only on right side rows, so I worked the first one, yarn over, knit 2 together. So I'm going to work the opposite for this row with a knit 2 together, yarn over. So the exact opposite. And what that does is that balances out the little slant that you naturally get from decreasing. Well, actually, and from increasing, because as you'll notice, you know, your yarn over does slant to the left. So it balances it out when all work together. So that's all you do all the way to the end. And then for this particular stitch pattern, I like to, if I'm working flat, I would knit it back, or if I'm working in the round, I would purl it back. What I would like to do, why I'm doing that, is just to create this added dimension of a purl stitch bump. You could absolutely also work it as a purl back if you're working in flat, or a knit if you're working in the round, but I just like that added texture. You do you, check it out, practice, go to vickiehowell.com for the swatches, and also to nab, for the link to nab your Yarn July subscription pack. All right, enjoy.